Explain to me what the darkness meant to you for the success that you have right now.
It was a foundation.
There you go. He comes.
Hook him on, Jeremy. Hook him on.
What he's meant to this offense here in recent years. He's been Mr. Everything.
On the ground, the senior Hills goes in.
I got hit pretty low. Broke my proximal fib and ripped up my ETFL. So I couldn't walk or wear shoes for a very long time. I didn't know who to talk to, didn't know what to do, all of those things. And I just remember thinking like, okay, football is done. What am I supposed to do with my life? A lot of who I am today, how I respond to adversity, even how I move through life is credited to those early years. But now that I'm in a different position, it feels good knowing that there are people that get a chance to start on second base or start on third base because of the work that I put in. I think one of the best things I ever did was just sit with myself. And I realized that I'm actually happiest when I'm teaching younger people how to prepare for the game.
This is what a memo made. You gotta answer this.
Oh, man. These are the exact same joint.
This is a definition of getting it out the mud. It's like win the day, started here. Like every single day started. Like,
I came over here. Look at you, Jay, man. This boy back, man.
He's probably not going to mention this. Senior year, single-handedly, refused to let us lose, dragged us back in, touchdown after run after touchdown, won the Hastings game for us. Best performance I've seen in years.
it was a team
You remember
effort.
that game?
It was a team
effort. I know he's going to say that, but
it took every man on that field.
This is somebody that has done what you are doing right now and done beyond what you're trying to do. All right? So we're going to give him our undivided attention today. And Jeremy Hills, come on down.
I don't think that those circumstances are unique at all. I don't think my path was super unique. Without having the right influences and people around you and examples throughout the way, it's pretty easy to get distracted. It's pretty easy to succumb to your environment. These 16-year-olds, these 17-year-olds, I know exactly what they're facing. I know exactly what they're going through. So if I can go back and just be a spark, then I'm gonna do that every single time. There's so much talent there, and there's so much talent that never gets heard from in serving as any type of inspiration or soundboard or whatever the case may be. That means everything to me. If you take one thing away from my journey, don't quit.
In 2014, former Texas running back Jeremy Hills created the Factory Sports Training Program to prepare high school athletes for college football. Recently, Hills has started working with some more familiar faces from his days on the 40 acres.
I had already went through being afraid to get started. From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I was running an entire off-season program out of my garage. So later on, when I linked up with Max and Dev and we started ideating on Kollective, there was no fear left. A lot of times when sports are truly over, people think that that's it. You don't realize the same things that made you a great ball player still exist. The same work ethic, the same relentlessness, the same mindset, all of that is still there. It's just up to you to figure out what you're gonna apply it to next. For me, it was entrepreneurship. So far, I've been fortunate to find success in other endeavors, but Kollective by far has been the most challenging and the most rewarding. And the speed at which Kollective has grown has been phenomenal. It's been dope to be a part of, but at the same time, it has its own challenges. You can't stop this thing. It's running on jet fuel. And so you with your guys and you plan, you adjust, and you trust. all of us are putting everything we have into this at all times. And when things don't go the way that we plan for it, we adjust to it. So we'll be able to have all our medical here. I think what makes this community so special is that it's been an attractor that has brought people together from really different walks of life. Like, they've all found value here. When they get here, the community that it creates is something that is unlike anything I've been a part of. For Kollective to serve as a foundation or be a part of any of that is special.
If it was just me trying to do this on my own, I honestly think it would be a lot tougher and we probably would have failed by now. But I got a solid team and that's us, right? You got some very dedicated individuals who will stop at nothing but to see this become exactly what we designed for it to become. Having people that can be honest with you, I think is key, is necessary, but I mean, it doesn't change that. It's difficult.
You shaking your tail?
Let me touch your body with this.
What you gonna do?
It's almost impossible to be the best at everything all the time. You're not always the best father and the best business partner. I have my two children, my two natural-born children, but Collective's my baby and also deserves his own attention. How do you allocate enough time to all the things that you're trying to see grow? It's difficult. And I'm still kind of figuring that piece out. I meet very interesting people every single day, and a lot of them have backgrounds and knowledge base and expertise and skill sets that are outside of my own. So every day I show up to work, it's truly an opportunity to serve and learn. We're super excited to bring Kollective to North Austin, just because there's a community here that yearns for the same thing. It not only helps our community, it goes on outside of these four walls and it helps Austin, or it helps Texas, or it helps the country, who knows? But if we don't tap that first domino, we'll never find out. As we continue to build these out, we have a standard that we want to set. So in the future, if you're in a LA, a New York, a Nashville, it doesn't matter. You know what to expect when you walk into a Kollective.
How do we kind of wrap that up and continue to stay true to what it is we're pushing as far as like functional health and being a leader in this industry as far as like delivering real results? I mean, how do we become that one-stop shop for that person that truly wants to optimize their health and take it seriously? And that's what our ultimate goal is, as well as like trying to build a community around that concept and make it as cool as possible. So make it cool, make it fun. Being healthy is cool, is fun. So yeah, second Kollective is coming really soon. It's crazy.
Whenever I get to the point that I'm done, I would love for the people to say he was honest with me, he pushed me, he inspired me. But more than anything, I want him to say he was true to himself and he did it that way. As long as that happens, then I'm fine with everything else.
Broke my leg, ripped up my ankle in November, and then ran my fastest 40 in March. You count me out if you want to, I dare you. And that's kind of what my mentality was from that point on.
First tour day yesterday, so you know, guys are a little bit tired, but you get this chance to kind of see who's gonna come out here when they're tired and still work. So that's what we was all preaching about on offense, still working.
And all this shit's like a Lil Wayne freestyle. Am I sitting up straight? I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, I don't like that line. I never did. Let's get to it. That's what I'll say. It's like, let's get to it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get to work. Let's get it. Say, you knew I'm gonna put that in there so it can compete with the other ones.